Truth was winning. I got to share a couple of things with you real quick, because when we lift up high Jehovah Nissi, things are going to happen in our lives. When you lift up Jehovah Nissi, it will declare your allegiance. I love the video. I'm not really sure of the singer, but he sings a song called I Pledge Allegiance to the Lamb. My goodness, it just surprises me every time I go into a concert and we get in there and we sing, I pledge allegiance to the Lamb. And in worship, we're lifting that banner high, but we get outside and my, oh my. You never know that you're a believer at all. Replace that banner with the next banner. In this room, we lift this banner, but when we're outside, it's a different banner. When I'm at work, it's a different banner. And maybe even here, that banner's not lifted high. It's up to you. I don't know where you're at. I don't know the things that are pulling you down. I don't know the distractions you're going through. I got to tell you a story. Y'all know that I used to spend some time in Arkansas? We lived a couple of years there, and we'd make regular pilgrimages down there all the time. And they got a football team down there called the Razorbacks. And there was a big game between Arkansas and Texas, and there was this guy, and he was watching the game, and he had on red boots. He had on red socks. He had on a red shirt. He had on a red undershirt. He had little pig feet painted on his face. He had a big old hog snout all over the top of his head. And every time that this team would make a good play, he'd go, woo, suey. He did about 3 of them, and I said, hey, what team you rooting for? Well, that's kind of a dumb question, isn't it? Because we know who he's lifted high. You know, he's lifted up the Razorbacks. It's clear. Look at all the stuff that he's got representing how much he loves that team. How many of us here are Michigan fans? Go blue, you know. And I mean, your world sometimes is up and down depending on how Michigan's doing, you know. How about them Wings fans? How many need special prayer today? So sorry. I mean, some people go into a depression. Now, I got it, but boy, had they won, whoo, man, we got to be eating octopus for the next 3 weeks, you know, and oh, man, everybody's high as a kite, and they're out there hollering. I see it on Facebook. Everybody's, go Wings, you know, and it just continues to amaze me how we know about lifting up a banner of our what we're a fanatic for, as in sports fan. And how many people can be so vocally go blue, go green, go state, go Wings, whatever. But when it comes to raising up the banner of Jehovah Nissi, there's this chilling silence. Come into the gathered worship service after Saturday, when Michigan had beat the snot out of Notre Dame, where you had almost lost your voice, screaming and hollering and hooting and all excited, but we sit here on our thumbs and we'll sing songs like, you know, the battle belongs to the Lord, and we sing glory, honor, power, and strength to the Lord. Lord, we sing glory. Man, what am I going to have for lunch today? Oh, honor, glory. You know, I mean to tell you, that has always bothered me. I don't get it. I do get it. Because it's not Jehovah Nissi, it's the stuff of the world. We have bought into the lie. There's nothing wrong with having fun and cheering your team on. But what's it matter in eternity? In comparison is what I'm saying. What does it matter? My goodness, every single one of us, in just a very short amount of time, you're going to be dead. Some preacher's going to say some nice words over you. You're going to go take a little ride to the cemetery. We're going to throw dirt in your face, and everybody's going to go back to the hall, and they're going to eat potato salad. And it won't be very long, and they'll have forgotten even what your name is. That's Ecclesiastes, by the way. I didn't just make that stuff up. And so the ecclesiastical writer says, meaningless, meaningless, meaningless. Everything's meaningless. It's a chasing after the wind. What's the meaning in life? He says, now that all's been heard, here's the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and obey His teachings. Lift up Jehovah Nissi in this short time that we have. Speak those words to other people. They need to hear it. They need to hear it. It's one thing to go all the way to Kenya and drill a water well, but if we don't give them living water, we have just had some kind of personal feel-goody time for ourselves and somehow made ourselves feel good and righteous. Feed people in our country, clothe them, pay their house payment. That's all well and good. But if we're not telling them about Jesus Christ, we are not doing them any good service at all. I mean, join some other civic organization that doesn't share the gospel. We are a community of faith who introduces people to Jesus Christ. That's what we're supposed to be. There's no one else in any other organization that's doing that. It has to be us. And if it's not us, then who is it? When we lift up Jehovah Nissi, it will declare our allegiance. It will say who we are. And we all know that. The Lord doesn't want any secret agent Christians, so that we keep His allegiance under our cloak, and every now and then we might find somebody say, oh, hey, yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah, you are too? Oh, cool, cool, cool. You know, keep it to ourselves. We're afraid. What are we afraid of? Man alive, if we lived in the first century and we lifted up Jehovah Nissi, we could be killed for our faith. Anybody going to do that here in the United States of America? No. Are we living in a post-Christian age? So what? To me, that's greater opportunity. As the darkness becomes darker, the light should shine lighter. Don't believe the lie and huddle over into the corner in the darkness. You lift up Jehovah Nissi, He'll declare who your allegiance is. Now, I got a question. Whose colors are you flying? Whose colors are you flying? Oh, yeah, that's fine. You want to raise the colors of the Red Wings or the Michigan or State or whatever. What? Jehovah Nissi needs to be the main banner over us. When we lift the banner of Jehovah Nissi, it's going to define who your enemies are too, your adversaries. You lift His banner, you immediately have enemies. Darkness does not like the light. Are you ready to have enemies? See, people always say, yeah, we just want to be this nice little church, nice little white church. And sometimes they mean race as well as the color of the building. We just want to be this nice little white church with a nice little steeple. And everybody in the town thinks wonderful things about us. And we just got all this good public opinion for us. That's not what Jesus said would be the case when you are faithful to Him. He says that people will hate your guts because of me. And so if we don't have a certain amount of enemies, as we present the cross, which is an abomination to people, then we're not doing church right. So there has to be a certain amount of this adversarial, because we are not supposed to be dark. We're not supposed to be like light, but we're kind of like that toned down light. Like there's a little rheostat switch, that dimmer switch on us. Oh, we got a light, but we got a little darkness too. No. Who are your adversaries? Again, you know what the enemy will do? He'll begin to say, you know who your enemies are? They're sitting in the pew next to you. That person over there is your enemy. Oh, is he good at doing this? Because he knows this liar, he'll whisper little bits of gossip in your ear, and he knows that if he can divide, he will conquer. And he's done it so well over the ages. Matter of fact, a few years ago, a gal by the name of Jackie Clinton, age 29, in Toledo, Ohio, she shot her boyfriend. You know why? They had a difference about the Bible. They were having a Bible study. They had a difference about it. They shot him. How many times in my 22 years of full-time ministries have I seen Christians level their gun of tongue and shoot people across the pew from them?